Yeah. Yay, it's working. Okay, we are officially recording. It is Friday, April 7th, now marching. And I just want to first of all congratulate some of the people that are on the Zoom meeting with us. I know a lot of you have had outstanding months, and I don't know everybody, but I just know that Abby had a big recruiting month. She recruited 2 new team members, and we had great sales, top sales in the year, board, and the tribe anyway. Jackson was number 2 in sales in the tribe. Amy was number 3 in the tribe and number 1 in recruiting. So, yay! Who else? Anybody else have? I don't know about Leah or Sarah or Jamie or Emily. I don't know. I can't celebrate because I don't know. I don't have that information.
$10,000 last month.
Now, Sarah, whose team are you on?
I'm on Nicole's.
Oh, okay. So
kind of Leah's team too. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we are so glad you're here. I have some really important things to go over for the leadership team. It's a new training that we're rolling out. And I'm going to kind of start backwards and then go forwards, and you're probably going to want to take notes. So if you're in your car or you're at Starbucks or wherever, you probably want to have notes in front of you. And then if you have background noise, you probably want to, I don't really need any feedback right now. But first of all, one of the holes in Wild Tree system, for lack of a better word, is training new leaders and really even existing leaders on what their next steps are. Most of us, when we promoted to leader, just kind of promoted, and then we were like, okay, great, now what do we do? What's next? And did any of you feel that way? Or did you feel that way? I know I felt that way. I know my upline felt that way. I had many discussions with her about that. We have come together and decided to roll out sort of a leader boot camp. And it's going to cover 6 topics, and I think you guys will be excited about the 6 topics that we're going to cover. This, I hope to get done in May with the help of Leisha, so it would be like kind of worldwide. Leah, or is that your background, or Sarah? One of you has background.
Let me see.
If you guys want to mute, yeah, let me mute, or I can just mute you.
I think it says off. Can you hear me?
I don't know. I don't know. That might be me.
It might be Sarah.
I think it's Sarah. I keep trying to mute her.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
But
Okay. Sorry, it says off. Let me see.
I think she thinks she can hear.
Anyways, so, okay, that's good. So anyways, back to the training that's coming up. So the 6 training topics are, number 1 is personal development. And really that's the foundation of leadership, really, is making sure that you're tuned in to different books. There's so many great books out there on personal development, having a morning routine, Rob Dial, Darren Hardy, because really 90% of this business is in your head, and confidence and realizing that you have what it takes to be a leader around here. So personal development will be one category that we will train on. And this is hopefully this training will be something that we can do on a regular basis, and that once you go through it, you can train your new leaders on a regular basis. So it's like, okay, you promote to leader, boom, we're going to throw you into the next boot camp so that you know what you're supposed to be doing as a leader every day. So personal development, that's probably 90% of the business. And then number 2 is recruiting. Obviously, we need to all have a paradigm shift in recruiting and start bringing in the masses into our business. And one of the statistics that I heard that was kind of staggering to me is that you need 2 people to maintain your business every month and 3 new team members every month to build your business for growth. So unless you're bringing in 3+ team members a month, you are at a state of maintaining or decline based on those numbers, which I actually can attest to in my own personal business. I know that those statistics are absolutely true. So really having that paradigm shift and realizing that half the people that you bring into WildTree are out the door, and so you should always be having new people coming in. So that will be part of the training. Number 3 will be onboarding, really having an effective orientation call, making sure that you're understanding how the basic training. If anybody doesn't have the basic training guide, let your upline know. We all have that basic training sheet for an effective way to get new reps started. We know you're busy, and we know that, in your orientation call, you always want to make sure that you let people know that they're super busy. So how are they going to fit WildTree into their already busy life? And really making sure that they come up with either a why or a number, an income number that makes this business worth it to them. But we can go into that more later. But number 3 will be onboarding. Number 4 is organization, and that's systems, really having effective systems, whether that's a 222 follow-up system, whether that's how you organize your office, how you take notes when you bring in new team members, take notes when you're having hostess coaching calls, where you take notes for customer care and that kind of thing. Really having an effective system. And some people are more paper pencil, and some people are online. They like to do everything on OneNote or Evernote or one of those apps. And so we'll train to all of those different systems. Number 5 is coaching calls. Really being able to have an effective coaching calls. Because when you're a brand new leader, some of you, I know Nicole and Sarah, you guys are new leaders. You might not really know how to have the most effective coaching call. And there's really a formula for that, super easy, but you don't know that yet because you haven't been trained on it. So really being able to have an effective coaching call so that you can help people that are stuck and encourage people and not let people waste your time. Not to sound harsh, but not to have people on the phone with you week after week wasting your time, just really making sure that they're putting things into action that they say they're going to do. And number 6 is recognition. That's such a great, fun, amazing piece of our business, but there are things that you need to be trained on. You know, what should you be recognizing within your team, whether it be $350 club, $1,000 club, or the new senior rep promotion, the aspiring leader promotion. Really being able to have an effective way of celebrating your team and being consistent with it, and not letting that slide from month to month, and making sure that you have a system. And that won't be, that'll really be up to the individual leader what you choose to celebrate. But one thing that I learned from Lynn Conway is do what you can do for never do something that you can't do for 100 people. So never start, a celebration or an incentive that you feel like you couldn't do for the masses. So always keep that in mind when you're doing recognition or celebrations. Keeping your team engaged, making sure you have an effective team page, posting a lot on Facebook, emailing your team, that kind of thing, sending cards in the mail, all of that kind of recognition. So that's those are the 6 big pieces. So if you are new around here, or maybe you've been here for a while and you didn't know that those were the 6 areas that you need to focus on as a leader, and really look at that list and think where you might need to skill up and where you need to be a little bit more effective. Does that make sense to everyone? You can unmute and say yes, or just shake your head if you're on Zoom. Thumbs up. So that is going, I'm hoping that Leisha and I can get that boot camp put together sometime in May, towards the end of the month. But before that, and the reason why I wanted to go over that first is really soon, as in Monday. So we're springing this on you guys really early, or really at the last minute. But on Monday, Sonara is going to do a 5-week training series for leaders within her organization on sort of these same 6 topics. Her series is only going to be 5 weeks by phone, but it will cover all 6 of these topics. And the unique thing about her training series is these topics will be open to everyone in our organizations, from the brand new rep that you brought on yesterday to the most seasoned rep on your team, or the most seasoned leader on your team. So the idea behind her training, it's going to start April 10th, so you do need to write that down. We will post the number for you to jump on and listen to. Sonara is basically going to train first, I think, on recruiting. And it shouldn't be more than 20 to 30 minutes long. And it's on April 10th at 11 Eastern Standard Time, I think. I will make sure I have that time and number available. Jacqueline, is that right?
They've been at 8:30, so or 11:30, or sorry, 8:30 my time.
So 11:30 our time? Okay.
So. Unless she changes it.
Yeah. So we'll make sure we know the exact time, but somewhere in that area, 11:30 maybe Eastern. And you're just going to want to hop on the call, listen to what she has to say on recruiting, and here's the part where you really play a big role, is you need to take copious notes because you're going to train everything that she says to your entire team. So, and you're not going to wait a month or a week or 3 days. You need to train your entire team like that day or the next day or the next day after that. Like by Wednesday, you should have a recording and a call for your entire team. So the idea is, so I'm going to repeat that. So you jump on the call on Monday, and there's a recording. So if you can't be on at that exact time, then don't worry. It'll be recorded. You can listen to it when you can that day on Monday. Then either Monday night or Tuesday or Wednesday, you basically regurgitate everything Sonara said to your entire team. So you want to post on your Facebook page or an email or a text message to your entire team to make sure that they hop on your call, your team call, and you're going to train them on recruiting. Does that make sense? So that's the idea is that your team looks to you as the leader, not Sonara. We could have everybody in our organizations just jump on Sonara's call, but they want you playing the bigger role, and they look up to you like you are Sonara or Mandy.
Share her if she has like an outline or notes. Maybe she can share that so we're not all typing out or writing out or.
I don't know that she will.
Well, someone will. Usually me, but maybe someone else will do that. Because, everyone is going to be listening and writing notes and rewinding and trying to get
bullet points even.
I think that
word for word.
Well, I don't know. I guess I could ask Sonara if she has bullet points for it, but I guess the idea is that you listen and you make your own bullet points and you teach your team what you hear and what you think is most important and what you feel like is most effective from the call. Because I might get something out of it that you don't, and vice versa.
Some of us have shorter attention spans.
Or not a lot of time.
Honestly, Sonara doesn't even know our entire organization is jumping on the call. This wasn't super public knowledge. But anyways, the idea is that you become the trainer for your entire team. And the first 3 calls are going to be very much geared towards brand new reps or seasoned reps or anything in between. So the first 3 calls are very much geared towards everyone on your team that is in existence. The last 2 calls are more leader-ish type calls. They're going to be more on onboarding and doing the recognition piece for your team, and your new reps aren't going to obviously have a giant team to be recognizing at that point. But they can be invited to those last 2 calls. So if you think that they are, if you have somebody that's recruiting, or if you have somebody on your team that's an LIT or super motivated to get to leader, they could certainly be on those last 2 calls. But if you have a brand new rep who's just trying to keep their head above water, they might not really need to be on those last 2 calls. It might be a little bit too overwhelming to them. So that's just per your better judgment. The calls are going to be on April 10th is the first one. They're kind of every other week until we get into May, just with because of Easter and because of Jamaica. The first one is April 10th. The second one, here, let me look at my notes, is April 24th. The next one is May 8th. The one after that is May 15th, and then May 22nd is the last one. So you just want to mark your calendar that you will have a call that you can listening to over the next 5 weeks or through May 22nd, and then just set up a time that works for you and not your entire team. It really needs to work for you to do your own little training. Now, a lot of you might have we want the calls to be somewhat interactive, and some of you might not have big enough teams that actually get on the time that works for you. So it's really important to pair up with another leader, either in our organization or another organization, somebody you know that is going to be doing this. Like I know Jacqueline and Yota are going to do this together. If Sarah and Nicole and Leah the 3 of you want to do it together and open it up to all 3 of your teams so that you have people like actually on the call. Because it's kind of boring to do a call with one person on the phone or no people on the phone. And you can just decide, hey, between Sarah, Nicole, and Leah, maybe you each take a week or something like that for speaking. But you all kind of contribute to the points. And again, you're all going to get 3 different heads and 3 different takeaways from what Sonara said, but mostly just regurgitating what she says. Does that make sense? Is anybody nervous about it or concerned or feel like they can't do it?
I can do it. I can do it. I just never done it before.
Well, you can pair up with somebody. So, definitely over the weekend, think about who you might pair up with.
Are you recommending Zoom or are you recommending phone?
I would recommend a conference call number. It's just easier because then you don't have the logging in issues, and especially if you're opening it up to the broader masses. Freeconferencecall.com is so easy to use. I mean, a monkey could do it. You just go to freeconferencecall.com and pick a number and read the directions on how to hit record, and you're good to go. And then they always give you a playback number. So the nice thing about freeconferencecall.com too that I kind of like is you get to see who listened to the playback. It emails you every time somebody listens, so you can kind of call people out if they haven't listened to the playback. Or you could do Zoom. Yeah, if you love Zoom and you want to do that with the person you pair up with, you certainly could. Any questions about that? Oh, the 5 topics are going to be, by the way, number 1, I think she's starting with recruiting. And then, Jacqueline, you listened to this call too. Let me know if I'm wrong. Number 2, I think she's going to do bookings, because those 2 things are really, let's be honest, the heartbeat of this entire business. So feeling like you are confident and skilled in those 2 areas will be super important, especially for newbies. And number 3 will be systems. So you're not running around like a chicken with its head cut off. And number 4 and 5, like I said, will be more leader focused, onboarding, recognition, anything else more leader-like. And then you'll be super prepared when we do our leader boot camp, hopefully in May. Any questions?
I thought you said at the beginning that you and Alicia were doing the new leader training for 16. I thought you said that.
Yes, we are in May. So that's a new leader.
Different?
Sonara's thing is different. The reason I started with that was we want to make sure that we have something in place for brand new leaders when they jump in. But Sonara's thing is for brand new reps, all the way to leader.
Okay.
Does that
So
make
you're going
sense?
to take similar topics,
Similar topic.
but make it more for
Leaders. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That was a good question. So is everyone kind of, do you guys get it, or any questions? That was a good one, Emily. I know it was confusing. All right, good. Well, I'm glad everybody feels super confident about that. So we can move on then. So Jacqueline had something that she was going to share because she's been having a great interactions with her team and stuff lately. So she's got a couple things to share.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Hi. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. So I was just, Marie and I have been talking a lot about my team, and I think I finally have had the confidence to kind of bring them together, and perhaps, enough people out here on my team also to try to do this. About a month ago, I think it was after our last lunch and learn, I was like, I should do a team, just a little team day, a team training, maybe a half day training, and then wine tasting. And I just threw a date out there and thought, we'll see who comes. Of course, I was worried that nobody was going to want to come or nobody would be able to come. And it turns out that my team is pretty spread out around here. We're anywhere between 5 minutes from me and 2 hours from me. And I had a really great turnout. We did a Saturday morning, like half day training. And then we went wine tasting after. And I had 5 people come over. And I didn't even know what I was going to train. When I did this, I was so like, let's just do this all influency. And I wasn't even sure what we were going to train on. And so I tried to take some of the information that you guys did at your boot camp with Sonara last month. I did a little bit of foundation stuff and a little bit of, basic business building stuff, because a lot of my reps are pretty new or want to get restarted. And the whole day was just really awesome. Of course, most of the awesomeness came out after the second or third winery that we went to, but it was really eye-opening for me because I was able to, my team just loves getting together, and they look at me like I'm Sonara, which is crazy. And they are just here soaking it up. They love hearing the information that we've been trained on for the last couple of years. And it was just a really, really impactful day. They love getting to know each other. And I walked away feeling like, okay, that was totally worth it. Leading up to it, I thought, all these other things started coming up for that day. And I thought, I can't do it. I have to have this team training. I put this on the calendar. And it was just really eye-opening. So I say this just to encourage you that even if you don't think you're ready to have a training, or if you don't think you have a big enough team, or you don't think you know the information well enough, likely your team won't know that, first of all. And what we do have to share is really awesome. And they joined your team because of you, first and foremost. And it was really great, really eye-opening. Like I said, they look at me like I'm Maria to them. I'm Sonara to them. And I never felt like that about myself for them. I always thought that, they would get more out of listening to a call from Sonara, listening to a call from Maria. And in fact, they like that, but they also want to get to know us better as their upline. And that was really awesome. So I just encourage you to go for it, Amy, and feel confident about yourself, and see what happens. Cause I think really good things can come out of it. So that was.
Yay, thank you.
That's awesome.
No, that's so awesome. I love that. It looked really fun too.
It did, yeah.
Yeah. What? We all kept calling our babysitters. We're like, we'll be home in an hour. No,
Okay, another hour.
Hour.
Oh, that's funny. Looking at my notes too. That's it. What was I going to say? My head's spinning. There's 5 things. Oh, one thing I wanted to say, and I think a lot of you posted this after I had my post last Friday. I don't know if you all saw on Facebook, but I had a fundraising event for my school at my house the other day, and a lot of you said, I want more information. I want to know about that. So I said I'd just jump in and say that I guess I could do that on the rep call too. But real quick, the way I did that was our school has great gatherings every month to raise money for the school. And a great gathering is basically where, any parent basically organizes a group event. It could be roller skating, it could be pizza at your house, it could be ice cream at the park, it could be literally any kind of gathering. If you can think of a gathering a group, that's what it is. And you advertise it towards certain groups at your school. For example, we've had a great gathering at our house for father-daughter campfire, where my husband basically has all the dads from the 2nd and 4th grade class come and are invited to our house for pizza, s'mores, and beer by the campfire at our house. And all of that money, they are charged, whatever, $20 a couple or whatever for the dad and daughter couple. And all that money goes to the school, and we pay for the pizza and the s'mores and I don't know, it might be BYOB. But that is a great gathering that we've had. So I decided to do a Wild Tree Great Gathering, and I had a kid and parent workshop. And I did 4 bags. I did easy breezy meals. I just pulled 4 recipes from that. And we did 4 crock pot meals with the parents and kids. We had dads participate. We had moms and daughters. So that was really fun. And I charged $35. And everybody came with a grocery list and came with their little cooler. And we put together 4 bags, which was plenty with the kids involved. And I set up a taco bar. I advertised all the different Wild Tree things. I wasn't allowed to put Wild Tree on the flyer, but I was allowed to talk about Wild Tree once they got there and what services we offer. I did a very quick spiel. And I had 5 new families that are really interested in moving forward with meal planning with Wild Tree. So it was really beneficial, and I really like giving back. $20 of the $35 went to me just to cover, it didn't even cover all my expenses, even close to it, but it did cover just not the retail, but my discount, and my 40% discount basically just covered some of the Wild Tree product, but obviously didn't cover all the food and stuff and the wine and everything I provided. So $15 went to the school and $20 went to me. So you could work it out however you want. You could do 100% to the school, however you want to work it. But it was really effective. If you're looking for new outlets for getting new people involved in meal planning with Wild Tree, that's a fun one to pitch to your schools. It could be preschool, it could be any school. Can't imagine any school would say no to more money to the PTO. So that was one thought. Another thing I wanted to make sure you did is put on your calendar is our next Lunch and Learn. It's on May 12th. We're skipping the first Friday of the month because of Jamaica. A lot of us will be there. And so we're going to be May 12th at Jamie's house back there. So you'll see our faces at her house next time. And same time, same place, all that good stuff. What questions do you have for any of us on the call? Or anything fun and new and exciting that you're doing? Like I did my great gathering. Abby's on vacation in Florida, and she threw together a tasting party and had a $600 tasting party while she was on vacation.
What?
Yeah.
In Florida?
In Florida, at her mom's. Her mom lives in Florida.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
wait a
part-time.
minute.
Part-time, yeah. Her mom lives in Florida part-time, and so she made her mom throw the troops together, and
Nice.
she had a great tasting. So that was kind of fun. And she has a recruit lead because we need more people in Florida.
Yep.
So that's fun. Anybody else have anything fun they want to share? So I'm really excited about Wild Tree 2.0. You're going to hear that said a lot. I think Rebecca Ramage coined the phrase Wild Tree 2.0, but really that's what's coming. That's why we need to have these trainings, because we need to get basically all of our organizations on the same page, be very duplicatable, and really have a strong belief in what's coming. Emily and I had the privilege yesterday of hearing some of the new stuff that's coming, and yeah, there's lots of new stuff. We're not allowed to say much, but things are changing for the better, and they're just very different than what they are now, and so we want to get you all prepared for that in a good way. So The phone systems, I think we're allowed to say that, are going to be because that's coming out like this month. The phone systems are being upgraded, and they've got a super awesome system in place where people, when they call in, Emily can help me with this. When they call in, basically, I don't know how they know.
They're going to monitor more.
Yeah.
Maybe more like when you call like the Apple store and like, just, so they'll like record so that they know how long the calls are taking,
Yeah.
how helpful they are. They're going to be
What
able to see
questions
your
are being?
screen.
Yeah.
So if you're having a problem with your error message or any kind of issue, they can see your screen, and they're also going to be keeping track of how long you're waiting on it.
Yeah. Yeah. So they'll be able to see your screen, see wait times, see what questions are being asked, and like kind of like all the silly calls that are being, they just want to make sure that they know exactly what's going on so that they can analyze better and make things a little bit more effective. I think call times will drastically be shorter as well. So they had like what, a $20,000 upgrade to the system. So that's going to be super helpful just for a nice little refresh, because that's always super frustrating when you have to wait and they don't know what to do, and it's always been so hard. So it's going to get a lot easier. A lot of things are going to get a lot easier. There's some juicy stuff coming down the pipeline, so get excited. That's why these trainings are really important too. Like, it's just super important that you stick to doing these trainings with your team and making sure that you feel confident in all these areas as well, because they'll be really beneficial moving forward. Anything else? We have 4 minutes. Actually, we said 30 minutes, so we can go now. If nobody wants to say anything else.
We'll be back in 25.
Yeah, we'll see you at noon. I think we're gonna go eat lunch.
I know, we're hungry.
Okay, so I'm gonna say goodbye then.
Bye.
Bye.
So